Let me welcome you, my dear students. This is our 6th learning session of Discourse Studies, in which we are going to discuss about the model of Norman FairClough, or we are going to discuss about the critical discourse analysis that is basically presented by the Norman FairClough. So, before I start my discussion on Norman FairClough 3D model, let me discuss here our previous lecture in which we have discussed the multi-model discourse analysis. We have discussed different definition, background, limitation, and different theories and examples about multi-model discourse analysis. But in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the critical discourse analysis that is basically presented by the Norman FairClough. So let's start my discussion on Norman FairClough. So Norman FairClough was born on 1941. He is an emeritus professor of linguistics at Lancaster University in England. He is one of the founders of critical discourse analysis as applied to sociolinguistics. CDA is concerned with how power is exercised through language. If we talk about sociolinguistics or the social analysis, we can simply say that the CDA stems from critical linguistics in order to CDA analyst. So one should have knowledge of history, geography, religion, philosophy, sociology, literature, etc. In recent addition to his approach, that is critical social analysis that was presented in 2013, he has added normative critique and Marxist perspective of language in his analytical category. If we talk about that what is normative, so there are norms of language in every society. So he presented these things. Let's discuss the 3D model or 3-dimension models. So FairClough is renowned linguistically oriented CDA scholar. He sees language from social perspective. He is more concerned about sociological function of language. According to the FairClough, language in action in society is called discourse. Some of the prominent categories, if we talk about the categories, let me discuss here some of the prominent categories of his research model presented in 1992 are representation, lexicalization, othering, implicature, backgrounding, foregrounding, overgeneralization, and presupposition. So if we talk about the critical discourse analysis, there are 3 dimensions. So the 3 dimensions are descriptive, interpretation, and explanation. If we talk about the diagram, you can see that we have discussed the first dimension is text. That is basically the description. It is the analysis of the text. If we talk about the second dimension, it is interpretation. So we can simply say that it is the processing analysis of discourse practice, in which we are going to discuss about the discourse practice. Then if we talk about the explanation, that is the third dimension of 3D model, we can say that explanation is the social critique of the language present in this text. The analytical framework at the following level: in the first, the multi-layer analysis incorporate textual processing with social level of discourse analysis. If we talk about the second, means that the text is at the core of analysis. Text are thus analyzed for linguistics evidence for claim made out of the discourse and analytical work. If we talk about the CDA in FiarClough, means what is the CDA in FairClough's word, that is refer to the written or spoken language produced in a discourse event. So FairClough emphasized the multi-semantic, different things in it, the characters of the text, and adds visual image and sound using the example of television language as other semiotic forms which may be simultaneously present in the text. If we talk about the genre, then language used in professional setting is genre. According to the FairClough genre, the use of language associated with a particular social activity So different genre means different production of the specifically textual sort. Different resources for textual genre is also a means, or we can say the genre is also a means of textual structuring and a set of relatively stable conversations, which are both creative and conversational. This is to say that the genre is both relatively stable and open to change simultaneously. Discourse used as an abstract noun. If we talk about the abstract noun, that discourse used as an abstract noun that refer language used to conceive as a social practice. When discourse is used as a social practice, when discourse is used as a that is about the use of social practices, then when discourse is used as a countable noun, that is quite simple. It refers to a way of signifying experiences from the particular perspective. Discourse as an abstract noun, if we talk about the abstract noun, then what is it? Means if it is abstract noun, then it is not only concerned with language is used, but also the persuasive, often invisible set of visual beliefs and ideas in the social circumstances. Then we are going to discuss about the discursive events. A discursive event is an instance of language used, analyzed as text, discursive practices, social practices. So CDS is the relationship between the language and society, being dialectical. So this means that the relationship between language and society is two-way. The first way is, on one hand, language is influential by society. On the other hand, society is shaped by language. So CDA for FairClough is concerned with the investigation of relationship between the assumption about language use, that language used in both socially shaped and societally.